What's up, guys? Chance Escom here, and today I want to do a video on 3 reasons why you may be having digestive problems on a low-carb diet. The number one reason is that when you're on a low-carb diet, insulin levels are lower because you're not eating as much carbohydrates. But what happens when insulin levels are low is it causes the kidneys to secrete sodium. What happens when you lose sodium is you start to lose other minerals like potassium and magnesium, because sodium helps you hold on to those minerals, and there's kind of a balance that goes on in your body where if you don't have enough of one, it'll kind of even things out. So increasing your sodium on a low carb diet can help you with your digestion by in turn helping you hold on to more magnesium and potassium. Now let's say you're already getting a ton of sodium from your diet. The second problem may be just simply a lack of magnesium and potassium. You have enough sodium to hold on to the magnesium and the potassium that you're eating, but you're not eating enough. This scenario could be someone who, is on a low carb diet. They're eating chicken, they're eating rice, their carbohydrates are low, but they're not getting in enough green vegetables. So let's say you're eating a ton of chicken and you're putting a lot of salt on it and you're getting in a ton of sodium, and you're drinking protein shakes, but you're not eating very many green vegetables. What happens is when you're on a low carb diet and you cut out a lot of carbs and other high calorie foods, along with those foods that you cut out, you're cutting out a lot of magnesium and potassium because those foods are high in magnesium and potassium. So you need to increase your green vegetables. You need to have kale, broccoli, all these sort of things, because it's very important for digestive health to have an adequate amount of magnesium and potassium. And when you're on a low carb diet, you're not having fruit, maybe you're not having that much fruit, or you're having some fruit, but you're not having as much, potatoes, you're not having as much oatmeal, you're not having as much of all of these things. You're just having chicken and nothing, or, a steak, or, some sort of low calorie, low carb, high protein food that's probably not very high in minerals. Although I think steak and beef does have some potassium in it, and I'm sure chicken does as well. But the point is, you cut things out from your diet, and when you cut calories out, sometimes you cut out minerals as well. So you need to replace the things that you cut out with green vegetables. So my opinion, every time you cut something out, every time you cut out a carb source, replace it with a green vegetable. So if you have your plate, and your plate is a third protein, a third vegetables, and a third carbohydrates, and you cut out that third of carbohydrates, replace it with green vegetables. Now the third reason you may be having digestive problems on a low calorie, low carbohydrate diet is because you're taking fiber supplements. Now this may not even be on a low calorie diet. You may just be someone who's taking fiber supplements. In my opinion, stay away from fiber supplements. I've taken them in the past, and they've caused me a lot of cognitive dissonance and also a lot of digestion problems at the same time, because you take more and more and more of the stuff, and it just makes the problem worse and worse and worse, and you think to yourself, well, fiber is the answer, how could this be making it worse? But in my experience, it does. I can only speak for Metamucil and I think Fiber One. Those are the two that I was using, but I had horrible digestive problems when I was using both of those, and as soon as I cut them out, the digestive problems went away. I want to give a shout out to a guy named Jerry Ward, who has a training channel called BioStreet Training, because his video really helped me out, because I couldn't put 2 and 2 together that was the problem, and I watched his video and it was about fiber supplements, or fiber in general, I think, and he said that they can cause you digestive problems. So if you're taking Metamucil and all these sort of things, I would suggest cutting them out, because number one, I know Metamucil is not even made from like a food. It's made from psyllium husk, which is really not even something that humans should be eating. I don't know much about psyllium husk, but it doesn't sound like a food to me, and it's not like they're taking the fiber from vegetables and making fiber supplements out of it. Whether or not they do that, I'm not sure, but I would stay away from things like Metamucil. Now, is fiber really the problem? In my opinion, not so much. I mean, in my opinion, I think that fiber is probably important and you should get through your diet, but I think the main problem is minerals. I think the importance that minerals play in digestion is highly not maybe underrated. So, for instance, I've had digestive problems in the past and started drinking wheatgrass juice, and it really helped my digestive problems. But I thought to myself, how is the wheatgrass helping my digestive problems when it doesn't have any fiber in it because it's just juice? At the time, I didn't know that what I believe now to be the case is that the high amounts of minerals like magnesium and potassium were what was helping me with my digestive problems. So, if you're on a low-carb diet, try increasing your salt, increasing your green vegetables, and cutting out any fiber supplements. And maybe stay away from sodium if you're someone with high blood pressure, hypertension, any of these sort of problems. But if you're a young, healthy individual who's on a low-carb diet and having digestive problems, you can try increasing your sodium, cutting down your vegetables. You can do that no matter who you are, or adding vegetables. You can do that no matter who you are, whether you got high blood pressure or not. And also cutting out any fiber supplements. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you like it, and I hope that this information helps.